Welcome to another sermon from the Lewes Church of Christ. And now, here's Mark.
Amen. Amen. Welcome to this beautiful Lord's Day at the Crossing. We are so glad you're here. My name is Mark, and I'm really thankful that I can share the Word of God with you today. Our mission here at the Crossing is developing devoted followers of Jesus. Who will develop devoted followers of Jesus. And to assist that process this month, we are in a sermon series called Women. Women. Now, the text I want to use today is one of those that most of you would have suggested that I used last week on Mother's Day. But I just had to use Leviticus 15, didn't I? And I hope you've recovered from that. The text that I want to use today is an incredible Bible passage. It's Proverbs 31. I want to start with verse 10. Just listen to this. A wife of noble character, who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still night. She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for the task. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand, she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hand to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet. She makes coverings for her bed. She is clothed in fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected at the city gates, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks wisdom and something else. Oh, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Memory verse for the month. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but the woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her for all that her works have done, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. Wow. Wow. Here's what I want to do today. I want to play a little game that I call Words with Friends. Now, in order to do this game successfully, I need a volunteer from the audience who is great at secretarial skills. Kathy, get on up here quickly. First one to raise your hand, get up here. Huh? Well, you didn't mean to. You went like that. I just need a volunteer. Just somebody who can write on a clipboard. I have a clipboard up here. Anybody? Are you coming? All right, get up here. Great day in the morning. A little maze, church maze. All I want you to do, you can just sit right here on the front row. All I want you to do is record some words, okay? Just one word. Now, here's what we're going to do. And I want you to put your thinking brains on, because we've got to do this pretty quickly because there's a lot of verses there. I want us to walk our way through this text one verse at a time. And I want us together to convert each verse to one word. This woman is, according to this verse, this woman is, and we're going to choose a word, and Kathy's going to write down the word. Now, can I read your writing? Yes, all right, good. We'll see about that. Verse 10, look at this. Verse 1. A wife of noble character, who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Convert it to one word. Wow. Noble and valuable, I heard. Noble, valuable. All right, next one. Verse 11. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. Trustworthy. Trustworthy. That's a great word. Wow. Quick, very quick. So look at this next verse, 13. No, this one. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. Protective. I like that. Yeah, that's a good one. Verse 13. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. Productive. Flexible. Flexible. Maybe you should just write. Verse 14. She is like the merchant ships who bringing her food from afar. Provider. In my notes I put cultured. She likes Chinese and Mexican. That's what it's saying. Cultured. She gets up while it is still night. She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. Tireless. Tireless. Ooh. Awesome. Just put the word awesome. Here we go. Verse next. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings, she plants a vineyard. Wise. Selfless. What was that? Thirsty. I tell you what, when we get to the end of this woman, she is thirsty, man. Here we go. Look at this, 17. Thirsty. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for the task. Diligent, strong, hardworking. Hyphenate, it's one word. Good. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. Successful. Persistent. She said exhausted. Just right. Here we go. Verse 19. In her hand she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. Able, skilled. Kathy, getting these? You're beautiful. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. Generous. Next. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed with scarlet. Brave. I like that word. Hey, that was a good one, Kathy. She makes coverings for her bed and is clothed with fine linen and purple. Royal. Royal and loyal. Good. Her husband is respected at the city gate where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. Honorable. Good one. Next. She makes linen garments and sells them and supplies the merchant with sashes. That's not one word. Thank you, Kathy. Creative. Creative. What was that? Profitable. Talented. I like that. All right, next. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. Respected. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. Faithful. I love that word. Faithful. Right there. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Attentive. Busy. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also, and he praises her. Praiseworthy. I think one more. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Honored. Appreciated. Godly. Russell, you're married. All right, Kathy. Thanks, Kathy, for the morning. Now, here's what we've said, okay? Just, translation. We've converted it. This woman is, I thought I could read your writing. Noble, valuable, trustworthy, protective, productive, flexible, provider, cultured, awesome, tireless, wise, thirsty, selfless, strong, persistent, successful, skilled, valued, generous, brave, royal, loyal, honorable, talented, respected, faithful, attentive, busy, praiseworthy, appreciated, and godly. Now, what's your conclusion about this woman? What is your response? What is your reaction to a woman like this? I can tell you there's different responses. I already know. Some of you immediately respond, "Oh, wow, what a woman! How old is this woman?" Some of you are like, "She's a perfect 10. No, she's a 10 times 3 plus 1. 10 times 3 plus 31. She's a 31 woman, right? This is the Bible's version of Wonder Woman. Whew. Wow, right? Some of you. Some of you are more like, why can't I be married to that woman? Can I get an upgrade? Some of you are like this today. Eesh. I don't like that woman. She intimidates me. She makes me mad. Don't stand her next to me. Can we not even study her? Eesh. And some of you are like, impossible. Ain't no woman like that. She doesn't exist. Now, there's all kinds of conclusions. There's all kinds of responses to that woman. I don't know what yours is, but you have one. Can I make some observations? I just want to share a couple of observations about this woman. The first observation, as we read through those 20-some verses, did you notice it said nothing about her figure? I just noticed that. In this description of this woman, nothing is said about her physique. It says nothing about what she looks like. It's interesting. We have no idea how much she weighs. We have no idea about her skin complexion. We have no idea about her cup size. We have no idea what she looks like in a bathing suit. Nothing. I'm just keeping it real. Sorry, hon. We don't know if she's blonde. We don't know if she's brunette. We don't know if she's redhead. We know nothing about her physique. Nothing. And she's so beautiful, isn't she? She is. In fact, this description of this woman focuses on everything like her character, her integrity, her compassion, her commitment, her faith, her work ethic, her love. It says nothing about her physique, and she is so beautiful. I tell you what, she resembles more the Energizer Bunny than she does the Playboy Bunny. And she's so beautiful. Another observation I'd like to make is she demonstrates incredibly top priorities. What all of our top priorities should be. She models them perfectly. I mean, this is a model. This is a super model. She models what our top priorities should be. And the first one, I think, is her top priority was her faith in and her fear of the Lord. Remember the memory verse? Charm is deceptive. Beauty is fleeting. But the woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. She models top priority, faith in and fear of the Lord. I think she also models a second priority is character. Character. Her top priority was character and integrity. That was her second priority. That it's going to be real. I'm going to be me, and it's going to be pure. This past Thursday night, during our huddle, had 8 guys at huddle on Thursday night. It was just a fantastic time, and I so enjoyed. We started out the discussion. I so enjoyed asking all the guys, "Hey, would you just go around the circle and would you just share one thing you most appreciate about your wife?" That was awesome. And I just know from their reaction that they're so proud of their wives, and they have such beautiful wives. Bill went last, and Bill said, "My wife, Mary, of 41 years, is perfect in integrity." Way to go, Bill. Way to go, Mary. Yes. A third priority that I think she models is her care, her personal care of those in her world. She cared for her husband. She cared for her children. She cared for her employees. She cared for her suppliers. She cared for her clients. Top priority, personal care of those in her world. I love that. Faith and fear of the Lord, personal character, personal care of those in her world. And I have to throw this one in because it's so obvious. She modeled how to totally respect her husband. She totally respects her husband. That's obvious in this passage. And that leads me to this. Do you know what Proverbs 31 is? Do you know what's happening here? This is not a description from God. This is not a description from God describing how every woman ought to be like, and shame on you if you don't measure up. That's not this intent. And this intent, this is not a description of what a woman should be like, and you need to feel intimidated by that, ladies. No, don't feel intimidated by that. This is not a description so you can compare yourself, ladies, and feel like a failure. No, 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 no. Please understand the intention. You know what this is? This is a husband honoring his wife. This is a husband honoring his wife. This is a man reflecting on how great his woman is. This is a husband praising his wife. And this is a father modeling for his teenage boys. This is a father helping his sons understand what kind of woman they need to spend the rest of their lives with. This is a father modeling for his teenage boys, this is how you treat a woman. This is how you treat a woman. And when you boil it all down, it's all about this. It's not focusing on her faults. It's pointing to her positives. And he's modeling for the sons, this is how you treat a woman. Don't focus on her faults. Praise her positives. Now here's how I want to close today. I want to close today by giving a word to my boys. Just want to make sure I see them all. And CJ, you're one of them. I want to share a word to my boys and everyone else who's young. I'm seeing you. To my boys and all you youngins. And then I want to share a word to husbands. And then I want to conclude with a word to you ladies. Okay? Boys. and all you youngins. This is the type of woman you want to spend your life with. When it comes to time to finding and choosing, allow God to bringing you a spouse, this is the type of woman He's going to bring you. And here's my best advice to my boys and you youngins through this passage. Boys, first of all, if it's not obvious that Jesus is first in her life, stay away. And you young girls, if it is not obvious that his first love is Jesus, stay away. All right? Second, boys, if her outside is more attractive than her inside, stay away. That is true. If her outside is more attractive than her inside, stay away. A couple of months ago, I had a privilege of spending an evening with my boys. Now, Angel and TJ were gone, and it was just me and my boys, and we went to Dover. We went out to eat for supper. We had a couple errands, and then we ended up going bowling. It was awesome. But during the course of the night, I don't know how we did this, but we got on the discussion of preparing for a wife. And we got on talking about, well, what kind of woman are you going to marry? What kind of woman are you going to marry? I know the kind of woman you need. Well, anyway. And I left it to my boys. I said, boys, I want you to share with me the criteria. That's great. Yes. She loves Jesus. Tell her you respect your mom and dad. And third, she has high character. I'm thinking to myself, I did good. They're getting it. Number 4, hot body. Okay, I'll go with that. Loves Jesus, respects mom and dad, high character, and hot body. I'll go for that. And I said, can I add one to it? I guess. What is it? She better love her father-in-law. Just saying. Listen, character, personality, commitment, compassion, faith are way more important than physique. Boys, thirdly, I would say, if she has any hint toward laziness, stay away. Seriously. If she has any hint toward laziness, stay away. An irresponsible woman will wreck your life. Don't you ever forget that. And one more from this passage as I learned this. If she doesn't enjoy serving other people, stay away. If she doesn't enjoy serving other people, that means she only cares about serving herself, and you don't want to be married to that. Trust me. You don't want to be married to that. So boys, you got it? CJ? Word to you husbands in the audience. First of all, can I challenge you to refocus? Just adjust your focus. And I think the focus needs to be not focused on her faults, but pointing to her positives. That's what this guy does. Did you realize in Proverbs 31, he doesn't mention one fault. In fact, Ephesians 5 says, overlook her faults. Don't focus on her faults. Point to her positives. Maybe we should readjust our focus. Second, maybe today some of us need to go home and apologize. And maybe some of us need to apologize today just for taking her so for granted. Maybe we need to go apologize for just treating her like an object. Maybe we need to apologize for maybe being too critical and harping too much on the negatives or even mentioning it at all. Maybe for not being too encouraging. Maybe we need to apologize. But two things this text tells me I know we need to do is, first of all, praise. Praise her. Praise her. The last verse said, honor her for the work of her hands, and let her works bring praise to her in the city gates. And this husband's just obeying his own preaching. Honor her. Praise her. Don't focus on her faults. Point to her positives. That's how you treat a woman. And guys, if you know you have a Proverb 31-esque woman in your life, you need to be overflowing with thanksgiving to God and to her. Amen? And I know we have several of those women here.
This has been a presentation of the Lewes Church of Christ. We are located at 15183 Coastal Highway, Milton, Delaware, 3 miles north of Lewes on Highway 1. Our service times are 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. every Sunday morning.